Either way, but beyond the numbers, this series is about belief, pride, and the raw desire to win. Golden State walks into this matchup as the experienced giant, fresh off a play-in victory and carrying with him the battle scars of past playoff wars. Players like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green bring not just talent, but leadership forged in fire. Add to that the recent addition of Jimmy Butler, and you've got a squad that knows how to flip a switch when the lights are the brightest. On the other side, Houston is younger, hungrier, and determined to prove they're no longer just a rebuilding team. They're contenders. Despite the fact that the Rockets finished higher in the standings, many see the Warriors as slight favorites heading into this best-of-7. And that's not just talk. Odds have tilted slightly in Golden State's favor, reflecting the respect earned through years of deep playoff runs. The format is set. For games in Houston, 3 in San Francisco. That layout should, in theory, benefit the higher seed. But when you're facing a team like Golden State, home court advantage isn't always enough. The friction between these two squads adds another layer of intrigue. On the Rockets side, Dillon Brooks stands out, not just for his gritty play, but for the emotions he stirs up. The Warriors, especially Draymond, have made it clear they're not fans. It's not hard to imagine both of them picking up technical fouls before the series is over. The tension between those two alone could power an entire game. What's fascinating is that while Houston is considered the deeper, more well-rounded team, it's Golden State that carries the aura of inevitability. And maybe that's why the confidence around the Bay Area is still sky high. There's something about playoff basketball that brings out the best in them. It helps, too, that the schedule offers a bit of breathing room. There are 2 full days between Game 1 and Game 2, and another 2 before Game 3. That spacing could be a huge boost for a veteran group like the Warriors, especially considering the toll the play-in took. During the regular season, Golden State dominated the head-to-head series with Houston, winning 11 of 13. But that final loss still stings. It was a game many believe the Warriors should have had in the bag. Turnovers, missed opportunities, and a lack of focus let slip away. To make things worse, that was before Jimmy Butler arrived, adding fuel to the fire for redemption. Now, if you've been following the standings closely, you know things could have gone differently. If the Warriors hadn't made the play-in, they might have ended up in a different bracket altogether. That would have set up a potential second-round battle rather than this early collision. And honestly, that might have been better for them. The Rockets are not an ideal matchup. They're long, athletic, and have been one of the league's best rebounding teams all season. The chemistry between their core players is strong, and they've shown they can hang with the elite. But rivalries don't wait for the perfect moment. They just happen. And that's exactly what this series is shaping up to be, a rivalry renewed. Looking at recent form, the Warriors have won 3 of their last 5 games against Houston, including one where several key players were out. That absence might have actually been a blessing in disguise. It allowed them to dodge a full-on battle and keep some cards close to the chest. Meanwhile, the Rockets limped to the finish line, dropping their final 3 games. But context matters. They had already secured their spot and chose to prioritize health over seeding. It was a calculated move, one that could pay off if they start the series fresh and energized. From a stats perspective, things are surprisingly tight. Both teams average similar points per game, shoot at nearly the same percentage, and have solid three-point shooting. Houston holds a slight edge in rebounding, which could become critical in long possessions and second-chance points. But where Golden State shines is in ball movement. They average 6 more assists per game, which is a clear sign of their unselfish style and emphasis on creating high-percentage shots. For the Warriors, the key is not settling. Just because a shot is open doesn't mean it's the best one. When their offense is humming, when 75 to 80% of their shots are assisted, they're nearly impossible to stop. That's when Steph starts dancing, Draymond starts pointing, and the whole arena can feel the rhythm building. From beyond the arc, Golden State again has a slight edge. They average 15.4 made threes per game compared to Houston's 12.7. That's almost 9 extra points per game, a gap that could swing close contests. Especially in the playoffs, where each possession is magnified, that kind of shooting advantage matters. And it's not just about quantity. Efficiency plays a big role. While neither team is elite in percentage, Golden State hits 36% of their threes, just a hair above Houston's 35. That may not seem like much, but when you're launching over 33s a night, it adds up. Free throws could also play a major role in this series. Earlier in the season, Golden State struggled mightily from the line, shooting just 70%. But the arrival of Butler seems to have changed something. The team has improved to 76%, and in tight playoff games, that improvement could be the difference between moving on and going home. Houston, on the other hand, ranks dead last in free throw percentage at 73. They go to the line around 22 times per game, but only hit 16 of those. That's a lot of points left on the table. If either team manages to clean up at the stripe, it could shift the momentum dramatically. Another crucial stat is the turnover battle. Houston actually has a better turnover ratio, committing fewer mistakes and converting more efficiently. Their plus 4.5 differential in points off turnovers puts them among the league's best. Meanwhile, Golden State sits at plus 3.3. Not bad, but not championship level either. If the Rockets can maintain that control and avoid giving Golden State easy transition opportunities, they'll stay in the fight. On the glass, Houston has the upper hand. They lead the league with an average of 48 rebounds per game. And it's not just their big men. Everyone chips in. Golden State follows closely with 45, but those extra possessions can pile up quickly. Offensive rebounds, in particular, could be a deciding factor. Looney's presence inside will be vital. He'll need to box out, fight for position, and keep Sengun from dominating the paint. When it comes to assists, the gap is even more telling. The Warriors average 29 per game, while Houston sits at 23. That difference highlights a more isolation-heavy style from the Rockets versus the pass-heavy approach that has defined Golden State's identity for years. The more the ball moves, the more dangerous they become. And with 2 full days between early games, the Warriors will have the rest they need to execute that kind of fluid offense. I'll continue with the rest in the next part to match the word count closely. Let me know if you'd like me to continue now. The tension is going to be real from the opening tip. This isn't just about XS and OS anymore. It's about who wants it more, who's willing to go the extra inch when legs get heavy and the lights burn bright. You can feel it when Draymond checks in and starts barking instructions, when Curry's eyes light up after hitting 2 threes in a row, when Jimmy Butler slaps the floor on defense. Those moments don't show up in the box score, but they define playoff basketball. The mental edge becomes just as important as the physical one. And right now, Golden State has a psychological grip on this matchup that's hard to ignore. The Rockets know that. That's why their young core has been ramping up the intensity in practice. Head coach Ime Udoka has been preaching focus and composure, trying to keep his team from getting caught up in the theatrics. They're not intimidated. At least, they say they're not. But until that first punch is thrown, until they weather the first storm from Golden State's veterans, that question will linger. Can this group rise to the moment, or will they crack under pressure? One player who could swing everything is Jalen Green. This series might end up being his proving ground. He's electric when he's on, capable of stringing together highlight reel plays and scoring in bunches. But his inconsistency has been an issue. Against a team like Golden State, you don't get away with off nights. He'll need to bring both the flair and the fundamentals, especially when the Warriors start switching and throwing different defensive looks at him. Then there's Alperen Sengun. His footwork, his passing, his feel for the game, it's all there. He's one of the most unique big men in the league right now, and the Rockets will run a lot of their offense through him. But he's never faced playoff-level defensive intensity. Draymond Green and Kevin Looney are going to test him physically and mentally. If Sengun can handle the pressure, the Rockets' offense could flourish. If he gets rattled, it'll disrupt their entire rhythm. On the flip side, the Warriors are built for this. Curry's been here 1,000 times. Klay Thompson, though streaky of late, still has the ability to take over a quarter with his shooting. And Jimmy Butler? He lives for this kind of environment. He's already brought a different edge to this team. More grit, more swagger, more accountability. That trade wasn't just about numbers. It was about setting a tone. Butler brings that dog mentality, and in the playoffs, that can be contagious. What's different about this Warriors team is that they've accepted their flaws. They know they're not as explosive as they once were, that they can't run teams out of the gym every night. But they've learned to win ugly. They've embraced the grind. That's what makes them so dangerous. They don't need to be perfect. They just need a 5-minute stretch of brilliance to turn a game upside down. The bench could also play a huge role. Golden State's second unit, while not flashy, has been effective. Guys like Moses Moody and Gary Payton, too, bring energy, defense, and just enough scoring punch to hold leads or spark runs. For Houston, it's about finding consistent minutes from their young reserves. Cam Whitmore has shown flashes. Amen Thompson brings elite athleticism. But how they respond under pressure, especially in those second and third quarters when the stars rest, will matter more than ever. One thing fans should watch closely is foul trouble. The Warriors are experts at drawing contact, especially Curry with those sneaky pump fakes and off-ball movement that leaves defenders reaching. If Houston starters start racking up fouls early, their depth will be tested fast. Conversely, the Rockets can't afford to be timid. They've got to attack, drive the lane, and force Golden State to play disciplined basketball. There's also the matter of coaching. Steve Kerr has been in countless playoff series, and he knows how to make in-game adjustments. He's going to throw wrinkles at Udoka, traps, small ball lineups, off-ball chaos, and see how Houston reacts. Udoka's no slouch, though. He took Boston to the finals for a reason. His defensive schemes, his attention to detail, his ability to motivate young players, all of that will be put to the test here. The chess match between those two could end up being one of the most fascinating subplots of the series. And let's not forget the fans. Houston's home crowd has been starving for a moment like this. The city has endured some rough years, and now there's a sense of hope again. Every possession, every basket, every call is going to be met with a roar. Golden State's been through that. They've silenced hostile arenas before. But this Rockets crowd, they believe this is their time. If the Warriors want to steal one on the road, they're going to have to earn it. What the series really comes down to is resilience. Who's going to stay composed in crunch time? Who's going to hit the big shot, get the crucial stop, make the extra pass? It's not about dominating every quarter. It's about surviving the runs, responding to adversity, and taking advantage of moments when the opponent blinks. Both teams are capable. Both teams have the tools. But only one is going to emerge. This isn't just a basketball series. It's a referendum on two different approaches. Youth versus experience. Hunger versus legacy. The Rockets are trying to launch a new era. The Warriors are trying to prove theirs isn't over yet. And somewhere in the middle, a story will be written, one that could define the trajectory of both franchises for years to come. The lights will be bright. The stakes will be high. And when that ball goes up, all the noise, all the narratives, all the stats will fade. It'll just be 5-on-5. Playoff basketball at its purest. Let the battle begin. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Could we be witnessing the dawn of a new era for the Golden State Warriors? Rumors are swirling that one of the NBA's brightest young stars, TRAE Young, could be making his way to the Bay Area in the near future. Known for his electrifying plays and ice-cold demeanor on the court, Young's ability to elevate a team has been undeniable since his days at Oklahoma, where he made history by leading the NCAA in both points and assists. His game has only matured since, with his performances this season, including a jaw-dropping 30 points and 20 assists against the Los Angeles Lakers, putting him on the radar of contenders looking to bolster their roster with a true game-changer. For the Warriors, a team built on fast-paced ball movement, sharp shooting, and strong playmaking, Young could be the perfect fit. While Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson have long been the heart of Golden State's offense, TRAE Young could add another layer of versatility to their attack. His uncanny court vision, deep-range shooting, and ability to create for others could open up a wealth of opportunities for a Warriors offense that thrives on spacing and ball movement. Paired alongside the shooting prowess of Curry and Thompson, Young would bring an explosive dynamic that could make Golden State a nightmare for opposing defenses. With the Hawks in a rebuilding phase, The idea of a blockbuster trade to send Young to a contender like the Warriors is becoming more plausible with each passing game. His recent performances, including a stunning game-winning shot against the Utah Jazz, have only heightened the belief that he is ready to take the next step in his career, and what better stage than the already championship-caliber roster of the Warriors. As the NBA trade deadline approaches, all eyes will be on the Golden State Warriors as they consider whether the time is right to pull the trigger on adding TRAE to their star-studded lineup. Would the arrival of Trae Young be the missing piece to their championship puzzle? Only time will tell. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.